Hello, this is GOAT. The semifinals have just ended. Both matches went as expected result-wise, but one match was so disappointing in terms of content that I wondered if there was even a need to analyze it seriously. Let me briefly summarize the two matches and preview the Wimbledon final. The Fritz vs. Alcaraz match was exactly what I expected in terms of both content and result. While Fritz is strong on grass and won 2 titles on grass this year, I judged that this wasn't enough to compare with a player aiming for his 3rd consecutive Wimbledon title. Fritz did have his opportunities, especially in the 4th set tiebreak where he had match points and a chance to break Alcaraz's serve at 7-7, but he couldn't capitalize on those chances and the match ended as it was. I thought the Sinner vs. Djokovic match would be different from their previous encounters. Sinner had been pushed to what was essentially a defeat against Dimitrov and was carrying an elbow injury. Djokovic, a 6-time consecutive Wimbledon finalist and 7-time champion with tremendous grass court experience. These factors made the outcome difficult to predict. I expected Djokovic to benchmark Dimitrov's match and lead the game with a strategic plan. He would have known that a normal confrontation wouldn't be easy, and that introducing variables to change the match would be the path to victory. Yet he approached the match with his original style, almost recklessly, and achieved the same result. Why did this happen? My thought is that Dimitrov's good performance was more due to Sinner's injury than his game plan. Or perhaps there was a conclusion that it would be difficult to execute that plan at 100%. So rather than making awkward changes, he focused on his own play with a straightforward approach. Thus, Djokovic's essentially final 25th Grand Slam title challenge was blocked by his nemesis Sinner, truly marking the end of the Big Three era. Now it's definitely the Big Two or New Two era. Another tremendous match that will be recorded in the history of this era is anticipated. The head-to-head record shows Alcaraz leading 8-4. From the 2024 Indian Wells to 2025 Roland Garros, Alcaraz is on a 5-match winning streak. Their only grass court encounter was at the 2022 Wimbledon round of 16, which Sinner won. Physically, I think Sinner has the advantage. Including the walkover against Dimitrov, he has reached this stage playing only up to 3 sets in all matches. Conversely, Alcaraz has had 1 full-set match and multiple 4-set matches. While Alcaraz has no particular injury issues, Sinner has an elbow injury. I'll stop summarizing the variables here because I don't think they have much meaning anyway. I believe that in matches between these two players, nothing becomes a variable unless it's a serious injury that directly affects the outcome. Surface advantages/disadvantages, head-to-head records, physical fatigue levels. I don't think these can influence their match outcome. Let's look back at the recent Roland Garros final. Since it was clay, many people probably thought Alcaraz would win because it's a more suitable surface for him, and he can execute various techniques more flexibly than on other surfaces. Of course, Alcaraz won, but did such advantages really have a big impact on that match? I actually think Sinner could have finished the match 3-0. What factors could have decided that match? There would have been various elements, but wasn't the ability to make crucial moments count what Sinner lacked? Not being able to finish the triple match points in the 4th set was a point that contrasted with Alcaraz, who overcame that crisis and pushed the match to the end to claim victory. And that ability still seems valid. Alcaraz sometimes suffers unexpected defeats. Complacency might be the reason. But would he prepare carelessly for a match against Sinner, who's compared as a rival of the ages? He would mobilize every possible method to face him in the best condition. Moreover, this is an opportunity for his 3rd consecutive Wimbledon title. In terms of motivation, Alcaraz absolutely cannot lose. If Sinner loses this time, it will be 6 consecutive defeats. They always produce dramatic matches, but if Alcaraz is always the one who takes the victory, wouldn't it be embarrassing to call it a rivalry? Even if the world number 1 always loses to a lower-ranked player, that would be problematic in its own way. To balance things out, Sinner desperately needs this victory. I desperately hope Sinner wins. I don't want to see a one-sided rivalry either. However, my head is predicting Alcaraz's three-peat. I think the formula of creating momentum at crucial moments and taking victory with it will be valid in this tournament as well. A 5-set match is too long for Sinner to secure victory. The grass season, which has been full of surprises, is coming to an end. After some grass and clay tournaments following Wimbledon, the main hardcourt season will begin again. We'll be racing toward the US Open, the last Grand Slam of the year. As always, I'll continue to predict all matches and fill my channel with various tennis discussions. Please continue to watch and show interest. Thank you.